Yo, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Shooting the Shit Uncensored. You know who this is. It's the truth, the dad bod god, the bald, the beard, and the fucking beautiful Piers Austin. And tonight, man, we got a special one for you guys. We got power slap man himself, Ryan the King Phillips, in the building, and I'm excited to have Ryan on. Let's give him a round of applause. I'm pumped for this conversation, but before we get into that, I do need to take a quick pause to talk about our sponsor for tonight's episode, and that is healthvape.com. Now, listen, healthvape.com is your healthy vaping alternative. All of their products, no nicotine, no addictive or harmful chemicals. They help restore your energy while giving you the vital boost you need to get through your day. And did I say they were vitamin infused? Because if I didn't, I did just then. And let me tell you, these things are like vaping a freaking Red Bull. So if you're one of those filthy fucking smokers or filthy fucking vapor cloud fucking chucker people, then get on the health vape. Get on a healthier alternative, people. And while you're at it, use that promo code at MWAPOD at checkout to save yourself 10% of your final purchase. Also, wherever you're tuning in, I appreciate it. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified, share it to your friend, your cousin, your mum, your auntie, your uncle, your sisters, cousins, ex-boyfriends, uncles, aunties, brother, all of those people. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please give us a 5-star review. I appreciate the help. It helps with our analytics. It helps us bring more amazing conversations to more amazing motherfucking people like you guys. So get to click and tap the little red button and tap in. But let's get into my conversation now. Hey, I'm going to say this. King Ryan Phillips is one of my favorite people, and I know I say that about every guest I have on the podcast, but tonight I actually mean it. But anyway, let's get into my conversation with the one, the only, the king, baby, Ryan Phillips. Yeah! Boom, we're live, and welcome back to Shooting the Shit Uncensored. I'm joined by the king, the man, the legend, one of my favorite people in the entire world.
Yes,
everyone, but this time I actually meant it. Ryan Phillips, welcome to Shooting the Shit Uncensored.
Yes, what's up? Piers Austin, the fucking dad bod god, bro. Give it up.
Hey, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Let's
man.
go, baby. I'm so excited for this, man. It's really cool to meet you, bro.
Likewise, man. We're having a chat in the background, bro. And like, dude, you know, the whole slap fighting thing that we're starting to see, bro, which I feel like is taking the world by storm. Like, I'm around, like, I talk with a lot of people in professional wrestling, boxing, you know, combat sports, and like I almost feel like, and I think I said this on the one that I did with John Davis, where it's like I feel like power slap is kind of being treated like, and bare knuckle fighting as well, to a certain extent, how the UFC was in its infancy when it came in, right? Because people didn't really fully understand and comprehend that shit from the get. And I feel like it's in the same sort of thing. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, right now we're kind of like in a period where people are just really I think they're following a crowd. You know, a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people probably aren't watching it or really giving it the time that it deserves, and they're just creating this negative feedback off of it. You know, people are, you know, off the street or actual athletes are joining the league. They're able to make some money. They're able to support their families, And it seems like this new generation is just all about bringing you down rather than lifting you up. But it's turning around. You know, the people that are creating this chaos are turning their heads with each event, and I think with the wrestling crowd too, it's kind of like a sports entertainment. You know, it's
Mm.
a sport, but at the same time, it's more entertainment. You know, there's not a lot of physical exertion except for the slap itself and the defense. So I think the wrestling fans will grab on eventually, and so will the UFC fans, and it's starting to turn around for sure. I've been seeing it a lot lately.
I feel like it's one of those things that it's I feel like it's very confrontational, but it's also like in the world of quick digestible like content like TikToks and shorts and reels and shit like that. It's like you can see an entire like power slap contest in the span of like 5 seconds, right? And I
Right.
feel like that's what kind of like the world that we live in kind of society, but also technology, right? Because like like that's what we're living in, but also as well I feel like for a lot of people it can be confronting because when you are seeing people getting slapped and they're getting knocked out stiff, it's confronting to a lot of people that aren't usually around that kind of thing, right?
Right, right. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's very scary to look at, but I can assure you that the staff at Power Slap, we have doctors on site there to make sure that there's no big problems. You know, the person walks away, goes home at the end of the night to their family, and they spend a lot of time and money on that just alone. So we're in good hands.
Yeah, man. And I feel like because Dana White being involved in it and UFC having its hand in it as well, dude, like you know what I mean? Like they took MMA to like a professional sport. It's like, let's
Right.
face it, what was MMA in what, 93, 90, yeah, 92, 93? You know what I mean? Like it was a
The
circus,
first one was in '93. Yeah.
right? So the first one's 93. And then it was like, it was a fucking circus act, bro. Like you have a sumo wrestling, a Muay Thai fighter. You know what I mean? Like it was ridiculousness. And now you look at it where it's at like 20 plus, nearly 30 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's still a young sport, but it's evolved so quickly. You know, power slap, I believe it's going to be the next MMA.
Yeah, I can agree with that too. I think so. You know, it has the same trajectory. We have the hate going on, people assuming things, people talking about things they don't know. But once those people start watching, you know, doing the research, and because they will eventually. I mean,
Yeah.
they're interested in it if they're talking about it to begin with. So they'll grab on. They'll see that, you know, we're, like I said, we're all taking care of the Power Slap staff, the UFC staff. You know, we have Dana White's name on it. So Dana White, you know, he's always on thin ice with everyone. So I don't think he's trying to make any mistakes. And but fun fact, UFC one, the guy who fought the very first fight in UFC one is actually from a town over, which is
Oh
cool.
no shit.
The guy who fought the sumo wrestler, the white
Yeah,
guy,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's from a town over, man. It's crazy.
No, well, I thought that guy was like Dutch or French or something for some reason.
No, he's just a white hillbilly, bro.
Really? Is he the guy? Like he's the one that kicked that guy's like tooth like flying into the crowd, right?
Yeah, what's he was like? Yeah, I think his name was like Tui or something. He fought, but
Yeah.
I forget his name. I don't even ask me. But I remember I was at my friend's house after work, and he's like, yeah, I trained with the guy with the very first fight, and you broke out a thing, and it was him. He's like, I'm not saying anything bad. He's a really nice guy actually, but he is like
Sure, sure, sure.
he is like a hillbilly.
No fucking way.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Dude, that's nuts. I thought that I'm sure they promoted him from being like fucking from Holland or some shit.
I don't know. He's from Amherst, Ohio, or that's where he lives now, or something.
Oh, that's fucking insane, dude. But
Yeah.
like, how did you get involved in this, man? Like, were you involved in combat sports prior to getting into power slap?
So, you know, from the start, I've always been a fan. You know, me and my dad used to sit down and watch UFC. We used to watch WWF. We used to watch WCW. We watched all the wars. Um, so we were really big into combat sports. My dad was just a badass dude himself. He
Yeah.
was I think he worked with the mafia, but I'll never find out. God rest his soul. But he's a wild guy. I've seen him fight people, and my dad is my hero. So I'm like, yeah, I want to scrap too. I'm a little kid. So
Yeah.
in school, I would scrap in school at recess. I wouldn't be the bully, but I would be like the anti-bully. So I was always a real rambunctious kid, and I would always pick fights with the bullies. And they eventually put me into martial arts, where I did taekwondo with J.H. Kim in New Jersey, and from there, just hanging out with some bad people. We always would spar or just fuck
Yeah.
around. So I knew I was a tough guy, um, and eventually, watching UFC with my dad, really ingrained in me that I just loved combat, I loved the violence. It was just like ingrained in me or something. I don't know, but it really excited me. So through there, I did like Muay Thai, and then I joined Strong Style. Did boxing with Strong Style. Did some MMA training with Strong Style. Always lifted weights, and the slap thing. Me and my buddy would be just lit up drunk. It would be like just a regular weekend, and we would just slap each other as hard as we can. I don't know why. It was just funny, and we would just like look at each other, and like people around us would watch, and they would laugh and stuff. So we had
That is just what you just slapped the shit out of each other in the face.
yeah, we would just because we were best friends, like we were buddies. We knew that we had each other's back. I don't know. It was just something funny like that we would do when we were like wasted. Like I mean, we were like shit canned, you know what I mean? And we would just do it. And I actually have a picture. It's crazy. He sent me a picture from like 2009 of the first time I got slapped in the face,
Yeah.
or not the first time, but at least one of the moments that we were slapping each other. And he just looks like he is not even in that fucking. He's not even there. Like he's just fucking blasted, dude. His eyes are all like this. Like, but
Fuck, that's insane.
yeah, but I went like I went rounds with people. Like I actually did this before. Not like trying to kill someone, but like just
No.
just like good whacks, on each other.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like I can go for broke, and I'm trying to win money and stuff. So I really grasped onto it. I saw Slap Fight Championships. They came to America. They're on YouTube. I saw Wolverine destroying people. He became my favorite. I started watching him a lot. And then eventually I started to learn about like Frank the Tank and Darius the Destroyer, and then just watching Slap Fight in general, just enjoying it. I wanted to join, but unfortunately our schedules didn't work out. Q about a year later, all of a sudden my friend says, "Hey, I'm friends with Gary DeFranco. He's looking for people who want to slap fight." I'm like, "Yeah, I want to slap fight." So he gave my name to Gary. Gary hit me up, and here I am, brother. I was fighting the One-Eyed Wolf the next month.
Fuck. Like, how do you prepare for slap fighting? Like, how do you prepare to go in and do that shit? Because like it's not as simple as just standing there and getting fucking like slapped by another fucking dude, right? Like, what's the preparation that goes into it?
For me, I do a lot of meditation. I like to sit in the sauna, just with either some like calming music or just relaxing. And I like to meditate and kind of manifest that I'm more powerful than the shot. I try to make believe in my head that I could take anyone's shot. Try to get into the mental space that I could take anyone's shot, which is probably unique from other competitors. They probably don't see it, but I try to get my mind really adjusted that I'm going to probably get hit as hard as possible, that I need to be in that moment and live that moment so I know how to react at that time. But other than that, a lot of neck training, a lot of shoulder training, traps. For me, I work every part of my body when I'm able to work out. I've been injured, so I haven't been working out. I look like shit right now, so I apologize to the people. But stakes and weights all day.
Yeah.
Just getting to the gym, working hard as I can. For taking the shot, I'll probably like just whack myself a bunch of times. Get in that mental space, practice the swing as much as I can. Lately I've been coaching people, so I've been just training with people all at the same time and giving them my knowledge, and that's been helping me a lot, a great deal.
What's it like to actually go through the whole process, like of competition, stepping up there, holding on? Because I know like there's a foam thing that you got. Sorry, I've got fucking locked in my headphones. A phone thing that you hold behind your back, and
Yeah,
then you get
I call it the slapstick.
the slapstick, right? That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I like that. That's funny. But you got the slapstick there, and you get hit, and like what's the overall feeling like, and the first reaction of like getting slapped across the face, and like have you been like completely knocked out from it? Have you suffered a concussion from it? Like
Yeah.
what's the experience like after you've just been slapped upside the face?
So it's definitely different. It honestly does feel like you're getting hit with like a baseball bat, I guess you can say, but
Yeah.
it's a baseball bat that's not going to necessarily knock you out unless you let it. A lot of people don't look at it or try to watch the shot. They close their eyes right before they get hit, and that's a big problem. You want to just watch the shot so your brain can, like I said, adjust, and it can, you can go through the moment that you get hit, and you'll stay in the moment and stay conscious. But the shot itself, it's just a lot of pressure for me. Like it's kind of weird. Like I don't feel it necessarily, but I'll get hit, but I'll just be like where I was. You know what I mean? I won't necessarily feel the shot or live to the shot. I'll just be right back to square one. It's very weird. But I've definitely been concussed. The one I will fight, that's probably the some of the hardest hits I've ever taken in my life. Um, he definitely caught me in the neck. He hit me right in the Adam's apple, unfortunately, and
Oh,
it shut me down. It pinched off one of my airways or something, but I had a lack of oxygen. I started getting confused, and I don't remember much of the match, to be honest with you.
jeez.
But but yeah, I mean, hey, the rules are in place for a reason. It keeps
Yeah.
us safe. If he played by the rules, I hate to say it, but if he played by the rules, I would be okay. I would have walked away from that match fine, probably. But stuff happens, and my other match, I I got rattled, but I wouldn't say concussed. I definitely got pancake face, where your face just swells up and it just looks like a pancake hanging off the side of your face. Um, that took a while to heal, but other than that, man, no serious injuries. Knock on wood. Everyone else who's been you've seen knocked out or you've seen go through matches, everyone's fine. We're all okay. Frank the Tank has over 20 matches of slap fighting, and his tests come back great. He's fine. He's cognitive. I talk to him a lot. He's a very intelligent guy still. I don't see any decline. So
Do you find it hard to have to go and compete against someone that like you would consider a friend or someone that you actually like and respect? Is that hard to sort of shut that part of your brain off when you have to compete against someone like that you do have that sort of respect and admiration for?
yeah, that's actually a good question for me because I have a hard time with that. Absolutely. I'd like to go into a match, having that like kind of hate, that driven hate,
Yeah.
so I can throw them as much as I can, and just put this guy out and just, have a great time, dance around him. But yeah, it is kind of tough because it is a serious sport. You can get injured definitely very easily.
Mm.
You know, you don't want to punish someone for being your friend, but you do have to separate friendship uh, as competition too. We're all here. I want the championship belt. I don't care who's in front of me. So at the end of the day, you just got to cut that off. You got to get into that mindset. I like to, like I said, manifest and meditate and see, what happens in the future, so I can prepare myself for those moments. So I feel like I'm already prepared for those moments. I've thought a lot about them. So it's just something that is going to come with the sport. But like I
Mm.
said, I'm here for that championship belt, baby.
Meditation seems to be a big part of your preparation and a big part of your life. Like, how often are you meditating? Like, is this a daily routine?
Well, to be honest with you, not a lot lately, because I haven't been really in the mode of working out and things. I've been wrestling with this injury here, but When I do work out, every time I go in the sauna, I sit inside the sauna, and it's about a 20-minute meditation period. If probably throughout the week I'll do four times that. So
Mm.
yeah, I meditate. I meditate a lot. I'm a thinker, so I think about a lot of things, and um, usually those things come true, and here I am. So I guess it works for me.
Yeah. Hey man, it's like what is it? Positive reinforcement. Like if you think about it, it comes true or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it just I've been through a lot, man. I've had the death of both my parents, which was really devastating to me, and that was something that drove me into a spiral. And without meditation, or just being able to breathe and think and try to manifest the good things, it helped me alleviate the bad and get over the depression that I was going through. So yeah, meditation is a big part of my life for sure. Even if I'm not in the sauna, you can probably find me just sitting, just either hanging out, reading a book, reading the internet, and just still thinking, and believing in things.
But I think meditation like that is so good because it allows you to be in the present, and it's even like little moments where you can sort of like I got shown years ago, and it was just like you just go and like where I used to live, we used to walk, and there'd be like waterfront, and just go to stand there and just sort of like let your mind go completely empty. And it's a form of meditation, but you like in the present, like listening to the sounds around you, like they come in and out. And you just like, you hear them, you recognize them, but you let them go. So you're not really paying attention. There's no thought in your brain. And like that is like the thing where I would do that literally every day. Like after I would work out, like finish work out, whatever, I would go for a walk down to this thing, and I would go there for like, and stand there for like 10, 15 minutes every day. And it was like, honestly, I would then go home and have the best night's sleep. And the days I didn't do it, I would feel like, fuck, man, like this, you know what I mean? Like, when there's something
Yeah.
just in the back of your mind, it just fucks with you. You know what I mean? Like I was at that stage.
Yeah, you gotta detach. Then actually being with nature is the best part. I like to go on hikes myself, and we have a park around here that I like to go to when the weather's nice, of course. But yeah, it's always good to detach. We're all so connected to like social media, and the phone is a part of our hip. And technology is just such a something that's overpowering us nowadays. That to detach is just there's nothing like it. It feels so good.
Yeah, man. Like it's even like I interviewed this guy, Paulie Long, who's a TikToker, and he's like a content creator and entrepreneur. And he was actually telling me what he does whenever he finds himself like in a TikTok scroll or something like that. Like he'll sit there and like find himself, like if he's like more than like 10 videos deep or some shit, he'll put his phone down and then go walk around his house
Yeah.
just to sort of break that cycle. And I'm like, man, that's some like, I wish I could do that sort of level.
That's bad, man. You got to break free there, Pierce, man. Put the phone down, brother. Go outside.
Hey man, hey bro, I got 3 kids, bro. I'm all like, I'm on my phone, and then it's like, wait, what?
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. If you have to do that, bro, then you need to put the phone down for a very long time. Take a break. Go camping, man. Like camping, that's the best. You have no service, no other choice but to live in nature and live in the present, as you were saying. And that helps you stay sane.
Yeah, man. Like I find it really hilarious. Like I've got like, cousins who have teenage kids, right? And I see them at these functions and stuff, and like we'll be sitting around a table, and it'll be like, I'm 40, and it's like people around my age, older, and like our parents' ages and aunties, uncles, and shit. And there'll be these teenagers like sitting there as well. And we're all having conversation, we're all interacting with us like each other on a human level. And then it was like you see these 2 teenagers that are just like the whole time, bro, like just like face into their phone. But the same thing is like you see the level of respect, how it's like when we were kids compared to how you see that is now. And I believe it's because of technology, bro, because when we were growing up in the 90s, we didn't have all this shit. You know what I mean? Like it was just, you know what I mean? Like, but we had so much more respect, and it's like you see how they interact or speak to people, their elders. It's like Really? Fuck. Like, dude, if I did that, I'd get my ass whooped. Like,
Yeah, ass whoops. I like the wooden spoon would be coming out the window, like boom, hit you in the head. Like you're what the fuck you think you're doing, man? Wait, how are you talking to me? Exactly, man. Like I grew up in the '80s, '90s, bro. We have
yeah.
we have something different from this generation, but I have met some really good kids in the
Oh, for sure.
generation. There's hope. It's not everyone, but it's looking crazy out there these days, man. I'll tell you what. I don't know how it is. I mean, I know Australia is pretty crazy itself nowadays, but man, it's just crazy to see how technology, as you said, is just completely molding our society in a different way.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know.
I mean, people can become famous just from being on fucking Instagram.
Yeah, right. Like, man, you could be there's kids that are millionaires that are just hanging out at their mom's house playing Fortnite, and they're making one kid. I remember I was talking shit to a kid on Twitter, and he's like, "I make more money than you." Nah, just one day, like when COVID was, we were all bored with COVID. I was on Twitter
Yeah.
and talking shit to this kid. He's like, "I make more money than you, bitch," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, prove it." And he hits me with the bank account statement that has like 10,000, 20,000. I'm like, "All right, you win."
You just admit defeat right
I was
there and be
like,
like, all right, bro.
what the hell is this? He's like 12 years old, bro, on Fortnite. I'm like, are you kidding me? Don't. He was like making fun of me and mocking me and stuff, and I was being nice, I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, kid. I'm older than you. I got my own house and stuff. He's like, well, I make more money than you. I'm like, yeah, prove it. And he hit me. I'm like, all right, maybe you do. He's like,
And you were like, and that moment you were like, and what do you do? And he was like, I'm an island boy.
yeah, right. Oh man, I'll smack the shit out of that guy. Dude, bro, weren't they on like Epstein Island or something like that? The Island Boys I've been seeing.
Yeah, man. I saw some of that shit, bro. Like that were when they were like young kids, bro. But you know what, man? Like
They are Island Boys, the Epstein Island Boys. Epstein Island Boys getting touched by Epstein.
Oh, bro. But man, like seriously, dude, like I've seen them in interviews and I'm just like, bro, like there's something not quite right. The lights are on, but they're not all the way on. You know what I mean? Like they're dim.
What are we doing as a generation making these kids popular? That's the thing. Like what we're the ones driving this. We need to stop.
But bro, like it's funny because like even in Australia, like I go on TikTok and I see some stuff, and it's like there's people that are just like just general people that you would see like through certain areas of Sydney, Australia, and they get these massive followings of people. And all they are just like doing videos of themselves arguing with other people that are just the same as them from another suburb over. And then, like, there's 500 people watching a live video of this person going off screaming. And I'm like, what?
Oh
Like,
my
I scroll
god.
past it and go, how the fuck can I get this kind of analytics on my podcast? Please.
Yeah, just go outside and punch a random person, bro, and videotape it. You'll go viral in like 2 seconds.
But apparently, apparently one girl had fucking like acid thrown in her face because
Holy shit.
she was portraying this character or she was doing this shit online. Like, she was probably really a cunt for all we know. But like, regardless, like someone's like seen her on the street and gone, I'll fucking show this bitch. And like they fucking threw like chlorine or some fucking shit in her fucking face.
Damn. That's like vicious evil to do that, man. That's premeditated madness right there.
But
But
the thing is, how can you even just like randomly see someone in the street and just go, yeah, like who has that on them at that time? Just
that's what I'm saying. It's got to be like premeditated. Like I'm gonna throw some acid in someone's face and then put it in their purse and then actually go forward with it. That's disgusting, bro. How about that? Do you see that one dude? He like would steal like people's dogs and run away with them, or break into people's houses while they're in the house. He's from like the UK or something. You see
no,
that
what?
guy?
No,
Yes. Some kid was like he would like walk into people's houses with his cell phone, like doing like a vlog, and there would be like people just eating dinner, and you'd be like, "Oh, I'm in their house," and they'd be like, "Get the fuck out!" And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he'd walk out. He got like arrested or something. His name is Mizzy.
Damn, I'm
Dude,
gonna check that out.
these kids are going crazy. Some of them, man, they're
Oh,
just off the wall.
if you did that to my house back in the day, dude, my dad would kick you the shit out of
Bro, you do that to my house, bro, you'd be dead.
you. Bro, like that's but even like in America where like everyone has a gun in their house,
Dead.
like you wouldn't have no one would have the balls to do that in America.
You take 2 steps in my house, you'd be dead. It's not even a question. Like as soon as I hear anything in this house, bro, I got the gun on me.
Really?
Oh, well, this is the thing. I've been robbed before. My house has been robbed before. So I unfortunately know that feeling. And here we have laws where we have constitutional carry, so we can carry like guns wherever we want without a license and stuff. Um, and yeah, we have another law, a castle doctrine law, which says that basically anyone who steps on your property that you don't want on your property, and you tell them to get off, and they don't get off, you have the right to defend yourself. So yeah,
Oh,
so anyone who walks through if anyone were to walk through my door that I don't know who they are, I could blast them.
Jesus. So like you could shoot them dead and like there's no legal recourse for you of discharging that firearm.
As long as as there's like certain parameters to it where like you have to kind of fear for your life. But I think at the moment that a person steps foot into your house and they're inside your castle, yeah, you can just blast them. I completely forget you're from Australia, so you don't know about this stuff.
Bro, like I'll tell you the Australian law, bro. Someone breaks into your house here in Australia, trips over and breaks their leg, they then sue you. You know what I'm
my
saying?
God, dude, no.
Yeah, dude, that's the kind of wild shit that happens, bro. Like that shit happened to a cousin of mine, bro. He came home, found 4 motherfuckers breaking into his house, and my cousin, former amateur boxer, fucking lit these motherfuckers up, bro,
Hell yeah.
and then threw one of these fuckers over the fence, and like they annihilate him.
And he sued.
Bro, they came back. They tried to press charges against him. The cops are going, "Oh yeah, they're saying that you were assaulted." And he's like, "Yeah, but mind you, one of them stabbed my fucking cousin in the leg with a knife."
God damn.
And then telling him getting fucking stitched up like with a fucking thing. And they're like, "Bro, were you for fucking real?" And he's like, "You for fucking real, bitch?"
Oh my God. That's insane. Bro, I had something like that happen to me too. Not as bad, like getting stabbed, but I was making my bed about to go to sleep at like midnight. This is how crazy my town is. My neighbor texted me and like my phone rattled and I didn't think anything of it. All of a sudden I started getting phone calls. My neighbor's like, get your gun, they're coming for you. I'm like, what were you talking about? And she's like, they're blocking your driveway. And like I looked out the window and sure enough, there was a car blocking my driveway. And then I just saw these 3 big ass dudes get out the car and start running into my backyard. She's like, get your gun. And I'm like freaking out. Like I'm actually kind of frozen. I was like, holy shit. Like, is it time? I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So I grabbed the pump. I got a pump shotgun, 12 gauge. So I got the pump and I was like, all right. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking plug the dude in the car, and then I'm gonna go around back and plug the 3 other dudes. Like this is all happening, bro. Like crazy. So my neighbors are outside watching this shit go down. I run out front. I got
they're not running out to help you. They're just like going. They're like playing Call of Duty, going, "Get the gun, bitch!"
They're older. They're like in their 60s. The one dude's hanging behind his truck with he's got like this little pistol because he's got a gun too. So he had a pistol and he's hiding behind it. He's like trying to see what's going down. So I just bust out the front door with a shotgun. I'm like, "What's up, bitches?" And the fucking the fucking dude in the car just takes off. He was like, "Fur!" He just took off, dude, out. I was like, that's kind of weird. So I guess they're not like trying to hurt me because he like retreated as soon as I busted out. Like I came with the fury, bro. And I was like, all right. So I went out back in my backyard to check and see if there was any kids or any guys like going in my house. No one there. So I was like, fuck. So I was like, maybe they're going into my neighbor's house who's like she's really old and she wouldn't be able to defend herself. So I had to like check her out. So as I'm checking her out, all of a sudden these kids start running up. These kids are like 17, but they're like 6'6", bro. Like big ass fucking kids.
The
I'm like,
fucking basketball team's coming through.
yeah, bro. And they're like, oh, we're just pranking someone. I'm like, you motherfuckers almost died, bro. I'm like, you have no idea. Like you scared the shit out of. And they're like, oh, well, sorry for scaring you. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like you kids could have got like shot. I thought I was getting robbed, and I've been robbed before, so it
Oh,
ended up being nothing. But if that shit happens, bro, you can like blast these people. Like, those kids would have died.
bro, but did those kids realize how close that they were to fucking like, you know
No,
what I mean? Like eating dirt that night?
I don't know. They saw the gun because I have a flashlight at the end of the gun too, so I like beamed it at them, and they hit the deck instantly. I was like, get the fuck down, and they hit the deck. I was like, what the fuck are you kids doing? And they're like, we're just pranking someone. I was like, because our yards don't have fences. There's like an open yard, so you can go pretty much through all of our yards if you wanted to.
Fuck.
And yeah, they're like, sorry for scaring you. I'm like, you almost died, man. I'm like, I could have shot, dude. Yeah. And
That is wild shit, bro. Like fucking goddamn.
yeah, it's happened more than once, man. It's been crazy lately. And here in America, lately, people, a lot of all of our pricing on food and gas and shelter and everything have just skyrocketed. So it's really tough for people to afford things, and they're getting real desperate, man. They're robbing people. They would kick in people's windows of their basements and stick their garden hoses on and turn them on as a prank and flood people's basements and stuff. There's a lot of crazy shit that happens over here.
Dude, fuck, you'd get an ass whooping for that shit, bro.
Hell yeah!
In Australia, bro.
Power bomb that ass.
In Australia, we just beat the shit out of people, bro. But you guys just fucking shoot the motherfuckers, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, but it's like, if we didn't have that, there would be a lot of really bad stuff happening over here. If we didn't have our Second Amendment,
But it's crazy, bro, because I've got like a lot of friends in the States, and like
yeah,
I tell them like about our gun laws and shit, and they're going, "But how do you protect yourself?" I'm like, "From what?" You know what I mean? Like,
right.
what am I protecting myself from? And they're like, "Well, just what if someone like." You know what I mean? Like we just don't think like that because we haven't had like our gun laws are pretty strict where that changed in like 96.
Mm,
So for me, like I was what, like 14 at the time. So it didn't like, you know what I mean? I didn't know nothing about guns then. Like, so it's just like I feel like that's the whole different thing where it's like when I'm talking to my friends from America, they're just going, yeah, like let me show you my collection. They're going, this is what freedom is. And they're like, they got fucking like 50 fucking guns is safe, and they're like, yeah, this is freedom, motherfucker. I'm like,
yes.
like World War III, bitch. Jesus, goddamn. But like, but that's the mentality. So for me, it's like I see guns and I'm just like, yeah, like I'm not really a big fan of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
cool, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even let my older son play with fucking Nerf guns and water pistols because I was just like, no, I don't think guns are a fucking toy or something to be fucking sensationalized like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was like I don't know, respect for them or just understanding that they're not they're a dangerous fucking piece of, equipment. But like, I think that's just the difference of mentality growing up around it. Like if I was a country kid growing up who used guns to shoot kangaroos and fucking, all that sort of shit, just trying to break into the property, it'd be a different, mindset, I'm sure,
So it's funny you say that because I grew up in New Jersey, which is a different state in the United States, which had different gun laws, and I hated guns. My dad didn't have a gun unless he may have had a gun and just never showed me. But I was raised on not liking guns and always using your fists and letting your fists do the talking, which for me made me tough. It's not until 21 years later that I moved to Ohio, which has completely different things going on as a state. It's a very vast state with a lot of open area, so I guess you can get away with a lot more. But we have like Mexican cartels here, the Sonora cartel, which is El Chapo's cartel here.
Wow.
We have like really bad like people. I've heard there's even um like Islamist extremists here. There's a lot of different stuff that Yeah, like down the street here, like literally like out in minute like 5 minutes away from me, there was like a massive kidnapping, and like there was like a like people were like from like not around here were like taking people, and it was crazy, bro. Like and
Whoa.
since they're armed,
Mm,
it made me love guns because I need
yeah.
to be armed. Because if those people were to ever come to my neighborhood, which they have,
Mm.
I have to be ready and prepared for that type of situation. So I it's not it's like a matter of protection that you have to have these types of guns here, because I guess it's spread out so far that it's cool. Australia has had their guns since, you said, what, 96, I guess. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's when the gun laws like drastically changed here because there was a shooting in Tasmania, which is a state of Australia, where a guy who was mentally ill, uh, went down in Port Douglas and just opened fire and killed a
whoa,
bunch of innocent unarmed people. Like it was a they call it the Port Arthur massacre. You can go and like look it out. It's like it was like one of the darkest days in Australian history.
that's disgusting. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
evil, man, evil. But it's like, you guys were able to, I guess, eradicate most of the guns throughout your state. I'm not sure. I still hear there's like a lot of violence that goes on, just whichever, is it gun violence or what. But like
Here
for
in Australia,
yeah, knife
not
violence, anything like that.
like bro, there definitely is, but it's like in like say for example where I'm from in Sydney. Okay, so a few years ago they went through and they did the lockout laws.
Hmm.
So the lockout laws meant basically no bar could be open past 1 a.m.
Okay.
So you take Sydney being probably one of the world's greatest tourist holiday destinations in the world. And you take that out of it. So basically you have Sydney, which year round has thousands of backpackers that come through Sydney.
Right.
And what do backpackers want to do?
Party,
They,
baby.
they want to exactly. They want to party. They want to drink. They want to get fucked up. Get to 1 a.m. I don't want to end the party just yet. You know what I mean? But it would be it would be the same to a certain point, right? Say for example, you come over to my house, we're having dinner, there's a few friends, we're having good conversation, good wine. It gets to about 10 o'clock. We want to continue the night. We want to have some more wine. Oh shit, we're out. We got to get some more wine. Sorry, bottle shop's closed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like
People are
like that shit changed, and it all came down to violence that we were having. And it was like these one punch attacks where these kids would get hit without seeing it,
oh yeah.
and kids were dying because when they hit their head on the ground and stuff like that. And it happened to a couple of times, and the government just went into protection mode.
Damn. That's yeah. Wasn't it Israel Adesanya, one of his training partners? He was a victim of that, wasn't he? Got the one punch knockout killed. He got killed.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not too sure, man. Yeah, I think
That's
so.
crazy, man. That's I don't know. I mean, bottom line, people are evil. It's not the guns that are killing people; it's the people that are killing people, and we got to change that somehow. Whether it be through peace or just different education, or even stricter gun laws or something. Something's got to change. I think stricter gun laws for criminals. I think if criminals are caught with guns, they should have permanent lifetime sentences or some sort of like really harsh penalties to get the guns out of the hands of the bad guys, because the good guys aren't the problem, it's the bad guys that are the problem.
But even maybe just make it more like in America, make it more difficult for people to get guns. And it's like, say the people that that have guns, that they're gonna do some shit. But you know what? Did you ever see that Chris Rock stand-up special from like I think it was the 90s? And he's like, guns don't kill people. He goes, yeah, bullets kill people. He goes, make each bullet $5,000. And he goes, then he's like, there's no more innocent bystanders. Man, they must have really hated that motherfucker. They put $50,000 of the bullets in his ass.
That's actually a good idea. Chris Rock is a genius, man, for that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, that was back in like the mid-90s, I think you did that. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
Remember his the skit he did with the cop when he got pulled over and he was like, hands up, he's like, I'll beat your ass, and then the cop beats his ass like over and over again. He was like kind of showing police brutality.
Yeah.
It's that aged very well. I mean, Jesus, these people are geniuses, man.
Man, they see shit. It's like I feel like what they're sort of projecting out there, bro. But man, he's not half wrong, bro. Like if he made bullets $5,000,
No one would have bullets, or not a lot of people, at least.
yeah. But yeah, what was the other bit? He said he's like, yeah, man. He's like, you'd have to fucking get a layaway plan if you wanted to shoot someone. To be like, hey, motherfucker, I'm gonna come back when I see some.
Slip him an IOU, like, here you go. I'll be back in like a month.
You just wait. You better hope I don't win the lottery, motherfucker.
Holy shit. You only have 5 bullets. You come back a month later. I got 5 bullets. I said I was going to give you 7, but I only got 5. I kind of got into trouble.
Dude, that's fucking nuts, man. Yeah, let me ask you this, dude. Like, for yourself with the power slap fighting and stuff like that, would doing MMA or going and doing professional boxing fights be something that you'd be also interested in doing, or does like working for power slap kind of limit that?
Well, now the working for Power Slap, we have the freedom to take other fights as well. We just have to get approval for it, so let that be known. For me, I'm getting old, man. I'm turning the corner here. Next week is actually my birthday. I'm turning 40.
Hey, happy birthday, brother!
I'm in the club, baby. I'm coming in, baby. So yeah. I'm excited to see where that brings us. Woo! 40, baby.
That's it, man.
But still crazy and wilder than ever, baby, and still sexy. You know what I mean, baby?
That's it, baby.
But I was looking to go do boxing, but I think I'm just gonna stick with power slap, man. I have a full-time job that I think I'm gonna keep as long as I can and see where this goes. But I'm too old for that shit, man.
I mean, like, what's the long-term plan, with power slap for you, man? Like, you're saying you're about to turn 40, bro. How many more years do you see yourself doing this?
Honestly, as long as I stay healthy, I believe I can be in this for another 10 years. I can be 50 probably doing this, to be honest with you. I'm that tough, I might get rattled, but the punishment, I could take that type of punishment. I feel like I'm that durable. I'm that tough. Because I mean, my last fight, I walked away. Yeah, I was bruised up, but I was fine. I was perfectly fine. It didn't hurt. I just had to keep ice on it. I'm good to go. And if the money's right and it keeps pouring in, it keeps increasing every time something happens. So looks like the money might be there to the point where I can, probably do this on its own, which would be great. But honestly, I'd also I've been coaching a lot since I've had this injury. I've been a coach, and that's been very fulfilling. So I like that part of it, and I also like commentating. I like talking, and I don't. Who knows where this can lead? Maybe some viral, making some viral videos with Steve will do it, chugging beers out of shoes. Who knows? I mean, I'm with Piers Austin right now. I mean, Jesus, who knows where this can go, man? This is awesome.
100%, man. Next time we do it, we'll do another podcast. Next time we do it, the second podcast, I feel like we got to do a shoey.
I'm in. Let's do it, baby. I'm all in.
So
let's go viral.
The next time we do a podcast, we'll plan it so we can do it shoey. So it's like maybe we have got to work it out so it's not first thing in the morning for you unless you can like down a beer at 9 a.m.
Hey, I'm game, brother. I'm all about it. Let's get it on 9 a.m. It don't matter. I'll chug a coffee with it.
Hey, coffee and beer, bro. That's a fucking flavor and a half, dude. That's some true Kerry type shit.
I'll do it, bro. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm a psycho, bro. Let's do it.
Fuck, that's ridiculous, man. Bro, like, what's the next step for you, man? Like, we've seen power slap champions be crowned in the last few months, bro. Like, how far in the ranking do you think you're off from getting a title shot?
For me, not far off, man. The record reflects a different story than what the fights were. If you go back and you watch my last fight, uh, in my opinion, the guy should have been disqualified.
100%.
But
No, you got your Adam's apple, right?
well, that was my first fight. The first fight, yeah, the first fight shouldn't even been counted because it was just a complete shit show where we were fouling and there was like no rules, bro. We were just like, we went out there, no one knew what they were doing. Or it was like, all right, let's go, baby. It was just like a gentleman's handshake rule, like
Yeah.
let's go crazy. So they let us go in completely insane. He hit me in the neck. I'm sure I stepped on him. I don't know. There's fouls everywhere. So that one shouldn't account, but it was one of the legendary matches. So I definitely go online and check that out if you can. My next match, which was in the house, the Ultimate Fighter house, the guy clubbed me 3 times in the eye. So if you go back and watch the replay, you see the referee standing on the other side of the table where the shots were landing. So I don't know how he saw anything, which was, like I said, it's a growing pains. A lot of these people are
Yeah.
still adjusting. The last event was great. The refs did an amazing job, and I actually have props to the refs, man. They killed it last event. I mean, sure, there was a lot of fouls, but there were a lot of fouls, and they were getting called, which was great. So I love seeing how it's progressing and how it's getting better and better. But I believe I deserve a title shot. I went in my last fight, tore bicep, tore forearm, and
Jesus.
they took my glasses and my contacts, so I was blind. So I was blind with no arms, and I still won the match. And yeah, I think I'm the best, man. I think I could take the bell. The bell, he just won the bell. I could take the bell, no problem. Wolverine, no problem. Dorian, no problem. The Iron Giant, no problem. Whoever, give me ever. I'll knock him. I'll knock him square flat. The King is here. The Return of the King is coming soon. Definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm coming. I'm gonna get the belt, and I'm gonna make this sport power slap what it is, bro. It's my kingdom, and once don't get me wrong. Once I get that heavyweight belt, I'm gonna move on down. I'm gonna get all the belts, baby. I'm gonna have. You're gonna look behind me, and those two Scarface and the Godfather are gonna be replaced with 4 belts.
Yeah. So that's the next plan, is to drop weight and go to light heavy.
If once I get this belt, yes.
I mean, how light could you go? Like, do you think you could go down into 4 different weight divisions from heavyweight?
In my life, I was 165. Now I've been the highest I've been which is I am right now is 262. So this is the highest I've ever been in my life. I usually teeter around like 205, 220. So that's actually that's where I am naturally, is like around that, like 185 to 205 would be where I can gravitate. But yeah, I could push myself and get down to 170. So 170, 185, 205, and 265 heavyweight. I got them all.
That'd be insane. Like, I don't think there would be anyone from going from that extreme of a heavyweight down to like a welterweight, basically.
Well, Chris Thomas, who is the 170 champion, he was heavyweight. John Davis, who's the 185 champion, he was also heavyweight. So people are making those moves. John Davis weighed like 232 or something like that, and then now he's 185, cracking heads and winning titles, So it's possible, it's definitely possible.
Especially like if you can keep like the muscle structure and stuff like that as well, you'd keep that sort of strength.
Hope so, man. A lot of protein and no carbs, but I'll be looking good. The ladies will be loving it. I'll tell you that, brother. I'll be going all night long. Woo-hoo!
Instead of the liver king, we got the slap king, baby.
Yeah, baby. That liver king, man. I was like, oh yeah, we're good now.
Yeah, the liver bitch.
Lying sack of shit.
Man, yeah, bro. Like, that's the whole thing, man. Like, this guy came out of nowhere, created an online sensation of going, I eat raw meat and testicles and shit, and I look jacked as fuck, and I've never had, like, bro, that guy would piss through a fucking toilet bowl. Like, he would burn a hole in the fucking pipes.
Dude, when he's like, I'm out to eat bull testicles raw, I was like, that's enough for me. This guy ain't real. But seriously, you look at that guy, and you're gonna tell me that you really believe that guy is natural at 45? I'm like, do you guys not know, like, weightlifting? Like, I'm natural. I look all right, but I don't look
Beard.
like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger at 19 years old at 45. Dude, there's no possible way. That
Bro,
guy is
he's 52.
52. Nope. Nope. You can't fucking tell me that like not you, but anyone
No,
can believe that dude is natural. How did he get away with that shit? Like, oh my god. People are so
Dude,
dumb.
yeah, man. Like, there's no way in the world. Like, there's certain people you just look at and they go, I've never done roids in my life.
Yeah, hey, do my workout, the ancestral being workout, and you'll get you jacked. You just gotta eat testicles in the morning, testicles at night, and maybe testicles for a late night snack. You'll be like me. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That dude's shooting needles worse than I don't even know, a doctor.
That's why Paddy Pimblett said it the best. He goes, "I'd rather be fat and happy than shredded and miserable." He goes, "See anyone with a six pack? They're fucking miserable."
Miserable. Yes, dude. He's 100% right. I love Paddy Pimblett. That guy is awesome. I love that dude.
But dude, I used to always be like trying to be on top of weight and lose weight and be like as light as possible in the best shape as possible. Then I had kids, bro. I was just like,
there's no time in the day. There's no time in the day. Once you have the responsibilities pack up, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
but you can make time though. You can, brother.
I still work out a few times a week. You know what I mean? But like what I was like before I had kids, different story. Now it's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat those extra cookies. It's it's a Monday night. We'll have pizza. Like, that's cool.
Hey, you can always get on the ancestral diet, bro. I mean, you'll have an 18 pack in no time.
Yeah, nah, bro. I'm all good, man. I think I'll just, enjoy having my beer belly and being a dad bod god, bro. Just,
yeah. Are you sure? Because we got 25,000 cc's of Tren that you can poke up your butt, and you'll be there in no time.
bro, you go first, and I'll do it like sometime next year.
No, you first, buddy.
You know what? We'll get John Davis to do it first. Like,
yeah,
bro, we'll get John.
He'll do it. I know he'll do it. He's a crazy motherfucker.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Hey, man, but it is that time. It is time for 60 seconds with Piers. How this is going to work, I'm going to fire a bunch of questions at Mr. Ryan King Phillips, and he has 60 seconds to answer as many as he can. Bro, are you ready for me to start the clock?
Start the clock, baby.
Oh, let's go. All right. What is your favorite song to sing in the car?
Flock of Seagulls and I Ran.
Oh, would you rather the ability to read minds or move things with your mind?
Move things with my mind. Like ladies' clothing. No.
Oh, damn. What is the shittest gift you have ever given someone?
Chicest?
Shittiest, yeah.
I've never given any bad gifts, but I have received coal on Christmas, so.
Oh, there you go. If you were given $1 million to start a business, what business would it be?
Strip club bowling alley.
Oh, that's good. Okay. How old were you when you found out about Santa Claus?
I think I always knew he was fake. My parents didn't give a shit.
You're auditioning for American Idol. What song do you sing?
Oh, that's a good one. Damn. DSI Bible Smasher.
Which celebrity would play you in a movie about yourself?
Al Pacino.
What is something that you enjoy that you're embarrassed to admit that you like? Kind of like a guilty pleasure.
I don't know. That's a Brussels sprouts.
That's a guilty pleasure. All right, fair enough. All right, and last one. In 5 minutes' time, you're being shipped to outer space. What two personal belongings do you take with you, excluding human beings?
Underwear and my AK-47.
Fuck. All right, bro. Just in case some shit goes down, bro. You got your gun, and if shit does go down, you got some clean undies to do. You always got to need clean undies, all right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And you gotta, you don't want to reveal too much, so you gotta pull back for the ladies, make them guess a little bit.
Hey, that's it, man. Well, hey, man, where can everyone find you on social media, bro? Where can they follow you, get behind you, support you, get merch, all that good shit?
Hit me up on the Instagram. That's where I'm most active. It's _King_Ryan Phillips. You can find me on Facebook, Ryan Phillips, or TKOKPSL. We just restarted our Barefisted podcast, so you can see me on Barefisted Podcast at Barefisted Podcast on all platforms. So hit me up, come ride with the king, be a part of the kingdom, baby. We'll do more cool stuff. We just did an amazing interview with Piers Austin, the dad bod god, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the freaking the best of the best. You don't want to miss things like this. So come ride with the king, baby.
Yeah, that's it, man. Go and check it out. And also make sure you go and check out our sponsor, healthvape.com. Use that promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Click the bell to stay notified. But I end my show asking everyone this one question, and I'm not going to forget to do it for the king, baby. So I'm going to ask you this one question. And that one question is, what question did I not ask you in this podcast that you wish that I did ask you, and how would you have answered said question?
Does pineapple belong on pizza? And I would have answered, fuck no!
Hey, man, we're going to have to fight about that, bro, because it does belong on pizza, because that's the fact, because even bad pizza's like even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. But make sure you...
Not you, Piers, not you!
We'll see you again soon. Peace out, bitches.